Hello students, hope you are studying very well during the period of lockdown. Now in the previous videos I have explained how to find the angle of contact for both the drives, that is open bell drive and cross bell drive. Now in this video I will explain you how to find the length of a belt in an open bell drive as well as a cross bell drive. So first we will focus on the open bell drive. Okay. Now before moving on to the derivation, I would like to say some important points which we learned in the school. These are some basic points. Okay, so the first formula, I think we all remember this formula, that is the length of the arc is given by the product of the radius and the angle which it makes at the center. So you can see in this circle, this is the arc AB, okay, and it is making an angle theta in the center. Okay, so the value of this arc or the length of this arc AB will be given by r into theta. Okay, so we need to remember this basic thing and we will be needing this during the derivation. Now we need to know another basic thing, that is this formula 1 plus x to the power n. Now see, there was a formula in the chapter binomial theorem or infinite series which we have read in the basic mathematics. Okay, so we will be needing this formula, and what does this formula says? 1 plus x to the power n equals to, the first term will be 1, the next term or the second term will be n into x by 1 factorial, plus the third term will be n into n minus 1 by 2 factorial into x square. In this way the series will continue up to infinity because this is from infinite series. Okay, so we will be needing this formula during the derivation. Now let's move on to the derivation. So if you concentrate on the figure or if you focus on the figure properly, you will see that this figure is exactly same that I have drawn during the derivation of angle of contact for the open bell drive. So the notations also I have tried to take the same. So this O1, O2 are the centers of the two pulley. This is the bigger pulley, this is the smaller pulley. Okay. Next is the center distance C. Okay, the distance between the two centers of the pulley. Again, this angle is alpha. This angle is also alpha. Okay. Now why these two angles are equal, I have explained it during the derivation of angle of contact. Now the construction which we have done here is also the same. What construction we have done? We have drawn this O2K, this line segment parallel to GP. Okay, now GP is a tangent to the circle, so the angle which GP will make with the radius O1G or capital R, okay, it will be 90 degree because tangent and the radius is always perpendicular. So naturally if O2K is parallel to GP, so this will also make 90 degree angle with the radius. Okay, so now see, in the smaller pulley, this O2P is the value of the small r, or it is the value of the radius which we denote by small r. Okay, now this value of O2P will be equal to GK. Why? Because these angles are 90 degree. Okay, and these two lines are parallel, so naturally these two values will also be equal. So O2P will be equal to this KG. Okay, and that will be equal to smaller. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now see, our main concern is to find out the length of the belt. So see, now in the bigger pulley, the belt is in contact from the point G up to the point A. This is actually the length of the contact. So if we find out the value of this arc GA, entire length of this arc, okay, then the value of this AF, okay, again in the smaller pulley, the belt is in contact from point F to P, okay, so the value of this arc FEP, okay, this arc, again the value of this length GP. Now if we sum up all these lengths, we will get the value of the length of the belt in an open bell drive. Okay, so see students, here what I have written, from the diagram we can easily see that the length of the belt for an open bell drive will be L open equals to arc ABG, that means this arc ABG, okay, plus GP, this length GP, plus arc PEF, this arc plus FA. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now the most important thing about this diagram is that if you notice the diagram again, you will see that this diagram is symmetric with this line BE or with the horizontal axis. Okay, so since this diagram is symmetric, if we find the half of the length of the belt and then ultimately we multiply it by 2, we will get the total length. Alright, why? Because the diagram is symmetric. So what will be the half of the length? So the value of this arc or the length of this arc BG plus GP plus the length of this arc PE. Okay, now if we find out the entire length from the point B, G, P and up to E, so this length will give us the half of the length of the belt, and then finally we will multiply it by 2. So students, in the next step I have written, now since by the horizontal axis the diagram is symmetric, we can consider half of the length and then multiply it by 2. So what was the half of the length? 2 into arc BG, that means this arc, then plus GP plus arc PE, plus GP plus arc PE, as I told. Okay, now in this step we have put the value of this arc. What will be the value of this arc? The angle which it makes with the center multiplied by the radius. Now let's see in the diagram what will be the angle that the arc BG is making at the center. The angle will be, this angle is 90 degree and this angle is alpha. Alright, so the angle, so this total angle will be 90 plus alpha, that is pi by 2 plus alpha. Again, for the smaller pulley, this angle will be pi by 2 minus alpha. Why? Because this is an acute angle and we have to subtract the value of alpha to get this value. Okay, so in the next step I have put the values of the arc BG, that is this, and GP will remain as it is, and the arc PE, the value of the arc PE will be smaller into pi by 2 minus alpha. I hope this is clear. Now what's next? Now from the right angle triangle O2KO1 we can write cos alpha equals to O2K by O1 O2, that is cos alpha equals to GP by C. So let's focus on the diagram again. Now see, here we are getting an right angle triangle. What is the right angle triangle? This one, O1K O2. So or we can also say O2K O1. This is the right angle triangle. Now in this right angle triangle, if we apply the concept of cos alpha, from the trigonometry we know that cos alpha equals to base by hypotenuse. So what is the value of the base in this right angle triangle? This one. This will be the value of the base, that is KO2. Okay. Now what will be the hypotenuse? This center distance, because this is the alpha. Okay. So the value of cos alpha will be O2K, that means the base, by hypotenuse, that is the center distance. Now here our main motive is to find out the value of the length of the belt. So now we can see that this O2K is equals to GP. So we will put GP in the place of O2K. So naturally the value of cos alpha will be GP by C. Okay, because O2K is equals to GP and O1 O2 is equals to C. I hope this is clear. Next we can write GP equals to C cos alpha, and what we will do next, we will simply put this value of GP in this equation. Okay, so the equation ultimately came up to this. So the value of L open, that is the length of the open belt, now become 2 into R into pi by 2 plus alpha, because this is remaining the same. Okay, next the value of GP only we have substituted, that is C cos alpha. Okay, again this smaller into pi by 2 alpha will remain the same. In the next step, or in this step, we have just simplified the entire thing, and ultimately we have reached up to this equation. So this is the equation which will give us the exact length of the belt in an open belt drive. Okay, now why exact? Here we are getting all the exact values. Now in the question, when alpha will be given, then only we will able to apply this equation to find out the length of the belt. Okay, now suppose in the question the value of alpha is not given, that means the value of angle of contact is not mentioned in the question. So what we will do then? So in that case we have to substitute the value of alpha in terms of the radius and the center distance. Okay, how we will do that? Now during the derivation of angle of contact for an open belt, I have mentioned that the value of sine alpha or the value of alpha in an open belt drive is given by sine inverse R minus R by C. Now through the use of this formula or this formula, we used to find out the angle of contact for an open belt drive. Okay, now see, in the case of sine alpha, when the value of alpha tends to 0 or when the value of alpha is very small, then the sine alpha gets nearly equals to alpha. Alright, so in case of sine alpha, we can write alpha now, because sine alpha has got nearly equals to alpha. Why? Because the value of alpha is now very small. Okay, alpha is tending towards 0. So in case of sine alpha, we will write now alpha and the value will become same. So now the value of alpha became R minus R by C. I hope this is clear. Now in the previous equation, that is a equation for the exact length, there was a term cos alpha. we need to substitute that. Now see, we have got the value of alpha in terms of radius and center distance, okay, but now we need to find out the value of cos alpha in terms of this radius and center distance, okay. So for that we will apply a basic knowledge of trigonometry, that is, we know that cos theta or cos alpha is given by root over 1 minus sine square alpha. Why? Because sine square alpha plus cos square alpha equals to 1. Alright, so this root over 1 minus sine square alpha we can write as 1 minus sine square alpha to the power 1 by 2. Okay, so now we will expand this term, that is 1 minus sine square alpha to the power half, with the formula of 1 plus x to the power n, that is the formula of infinite series of binomial theorem. Okay, so after expanding this term we will get ultimately the value as 1 minus half sine square alpha. Okay, so now the value of cos alpha becomes 1 minus half sine square alpha. Okay, now just few seconds ago I have told that the value of sine alpha nearly equals to alpha, so alpha was equals to this. Now in the place of sine alpha in this equation, cos alpha equals to 1 minus half sine square alpha. Now in the place of sine alpha we can easily write as alpha, okay, because sine alpha has become alpha now. So the value of cos alpha becomes 1 minus half alpha square. Okay, again in the value of alpha we can write this value, that is r minus r by c. So we can see now value of cos alpha has become this, and here is no alpha term, so we are able to substitute the value of cos alpha in the terms of radius and center distance. So now what we will do, we will just put the value of alpha and cos alpha in the equation of open belt. Okay, so this was the equation of the exact length for the open belt. Now in the next step I have put the value of alpha, which is this, and again I have put the value of cos alpha, which is this one. Okay, so now see, we are able to eliminate the term alpha from the equation. Now what we will do, we will just simplify this. Ultimately we will find our required equation for the length of open belt. So the value of the length of the belt in this equation will be the approx value. Why approx? Because we have considered the first two terms in the infinite series formula. Okay, so we will use this formula when the value of alpha will not be given, and we will use the previous formula when the value of alpha will be given. Okay, so that was the derivation all about. Now the important concept from the mathematics which we needed in this video is, now when the value of alpha tends to 0, the value of sine alpha gets nearly equals to alpha. Okay, so this was the first thing we need to remember. And the next we need to remember this formula. This was the required formula for expanding 1 minus sine square x. See, 1 minus x to the power n, in place of x we have written sine square x, and the value of n is half. Okay, so this was the formula through which we expanded this term, and we have taken the first two terms only. So the value of cos alpha ultimately becomes 1 minus half sine square alpha. Okay, so now the rest things are the same. I hope you have understood the derivation. So thank you students, and keep studying.